In this video, I'm going to tell you about 6 diabetes medications that could be silently killing you. And please watch until the end. You might be shocked. Imagine this. You're doing everything right, taking your diabetes control medication, following a healthy diet, trying to keep your blood sugar in check. But still, something feels off. You're constantly exhausted, feeling dizzy, swollen, small signs, easy to brush off. Now think about what's happening inside your body. Your vital organs, your kidneys, your liver, are working non-stop, processing food, balancing hormones, filtering toxins. But what if I told you that the very type 2 diabetes medication that's supposed to help you might actually be sabotaging your health when taken without proper guidance? Most people have no idea, but many diabetes treatment medications come with side effects that can be devastating. A mistake in your diabetes medication dosage could be the difference between stable blood sugar and serious complications, kidney failure, heart damage, and worse. And it doesn't stop there. Some people turn to a diabetes medication for weight loss, thinking they're making the best choice. But are these drugs really safe? Does a generic diabetes medication work the same way in your body? The truth is, certain community diabetes medications are marketed as miracle solutions, but they could be silently harming you. And by the time symptoms appear, it might be too late. Today, you're going to uncover the 5 diabetes medications that could be putting your health at risk. We'll break down the hidden dangers, how to avoid complications, and what you can do to protect yourself. And pay close attention, the last one on the list might be the most dangerous of them all. So subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and stick with me till the end, because this information could save your life. Now let's get straight to it. 1. Metformin. It's the cornerstone of many diabetes treatments, almost a pillar for those trying to control their blood sugar. You probably know it well, right? Taken daily, often seen as a simple solution, but the story behind metformin is more complex than you think. Imagine a warrior strong and silent, working tirelessly to keep his empire, or in this case, your blood sugar, under control. That's what metformin does. But what if that warrior, with all its strength, was forced to fight non-stop, pushing itself to the limit? The reality is, when the kidneys start to fail, they can't bear the extra weight of metformin for long. Its impact can be devastating and silent. In certain conditions, metformin can cause lactic acidosis, a fatal buildup of lactic acid in the blood. And this buildup, like a storm on the horizon, can overwhelm the kidneys, already battling the daily filtration war. And here's the problem. Nobody warns you. It's there, like a trusted medicine, but when kidney function is already compromised, what seemed safe turns into something far more dangerous. And that makes us wonder, what if, instead of a strong warrior, there was another medication that attacked the body in an insidious way, differently, but just as harmful? 2. Sulfonylureas, glibenclamide, glipizide, etc. Imagine you have a command stick in your hand, ready to control what's out of place. That's what sulfonylureas do, right? They force the pancreas to release more insulin, quickly correcting the excess glucose in the blood, an immediate action for those seeking a fast response. A simple solution, but like all quick fixes, it comes at a price. Here's the trick: the hypoglycemia they cause. A treacherous blow that happens when glucose levels drop dramatically. Suddenly, the body, with no energy left, enters an alert state, and that's when dehydration starts to settle in. Excessive thirst, dry mouth. It's like a battlefield where the body collapses due to lack of balance, placing a tremendous load on the kidneys. And the worst part? There's often no warning. Glucose drops fast, the body tries to recover, and who pays the price? The renal system, which has to deal with this hormonal roller coaster. But that's not all. While the kidneys struggle to cope with this chaos, another medication comes into play, with an equally profound effect, but in a completely different way. 3. SGLT2 inhibitors, empagliflozin, dapagliflozin, canagliflozin. Imagine a high-tech coffee machine that, instead of brewing coffee, decides to expel glucose from your body, throwing it out through your urine without mercy. That's what SGLT2 inhibitors do. They force the kidneys to excrete glucose that would otherwise stay in the blood. Sounds efficient, right? And it is. But like any machine, if used recklessly, it can have its flaws. Here's the detail. By making the kidneys work harder, forcing them to get rid of excess substances, the body's fluid balance is disturbed. Glucose leaves, but the body also loses a high price of essential liquids. Dehydration silently sets in, and with that, the kidneys, already overloaded, begin to give in. It's not a cry for help, but a gradual wear and tear. And what happens when the body is already fragile, drained of its resources, trying to deal with this imbalance? This leads us to another medication that stirs the body's water balance in a different way, but with equally fatal consequences for the kidneys. For insulin is without a doubt a lifesaver for millions, a true hero in the world of diabetes. But what if, instead of being a constant ally, it became a risky game? When used excessively or out of control, insulin can do what any great power does: destabilize everything. Imagine a glucose storm with highs and lows, as if the body were a roller coaster. Suddenly, insulin comes to calm the storm, but it can also turn the game into something even more unpredictable: severe hypoglycemia. Sugar levels plummet suddenly, like the floor being yanked from beneath your feet. The body, disoriented, starts desperately searching for balance. And so, dehydration enters the scene, an almost invisible but devastating consequence. When glucose levels drop so quickly, the body loses water trying to recover from the fall, and the kidneys, already under constant pressure, start to feel the effects. It's a chain reaction where insulin, so essential for controlling glucose, ends up creating an indirect path to renal stress. And what happens when there's a combination of effects like this, where fluid retention can be as harmful as the chaos caused by glucose fluctuations? 5. Pioglitazone. Imagine a calm river suddenly swelling with water, flowing more powerfully without warning. Pioglitazone is like that hidden force, a substance that acts more subtly, but just as powerfully in the body. It works by promoting fluid retention, causing the body to hold on to more water than it should, and the impact of this is direct on the kidneys, which must deal with the overload of volume. As pioglitazone pushes the body into this new reality of fluid retention, what seemed like more effective glucose control ends up being an additional weight on organs already under strain. The kidneys, in their tireless effort to deal with this flood of liquids, find themselves slowly worn down, like a structure being corroded by the force of the water. It's as if pioglitazone, in its search for glucose regulation, is inadvertently sinking the boat of renal function. And like a river that flows out of control, this fluid retention spreads, affecting everything around it. But what happens when the pressure in a kidney starts combining with another type of aggression, one that directly impacts the body's ability to maintain balance? If you're learning something new here and want to ensure you're making the right choices for your health, don't forget to subscribe to the channel now. And if you found this information valuable, share the video with someone who could benefit from it too. Oh, and of course, give us a like to support our work. Your action can make all the difference, and together we can continue this journey to a healthier, more informed future. Now, let's get to the last and maybe most dangerous medication. 6. NSAIDs, ibuprofen, naproxen, etc. When pain strikes, it's like a storm in the body, a clear sign that something's wrong. For many diabetics, NSAIDs are the first line of defense against discomfort. They're quick, effective, but often, like the thunder before a storm, the price to pay isn't immediately seen. These medications work by relieving pain and inflammation, but behind that, there's a silent effect that can extend like a shadow over the kidneys. NSAIDs, by interfering with the kidney's filtration systems, can compromise their ability to operate effectively. And when used excessively or constantly, they can cause irreparable damage, like each dose being a small crack in the already fragile kidney structure. It's like building a glass wall with broken pieces. When pressure is applied, even the smallest impact can cause a catastrophic failure. These drugs not only interfere with kidney function, but also increase the risk of dehydration, like a summer storm quickly drying up rivers, leaving everything unprotected. And so, once again, the kidneys find themselves in the eye of the hurricane. The truth about these medications that, so often, we take without thinking of the consequences. Each one of them has the power to affect our bodies in ways we don't even imagine. And when it comes to our kidneys, the repercussions can be drastic. But knowledge is power. Now that you understand the risks, you're better prepared to make safer, more informed choices. Never self-medicate alone. Always seek guidance from a doctor. Don't play with your health. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone who also needs to know this. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Join our community to get more tips on staying healthy. Take care of yourself and stay strong.